day of observing society. How well it's going is another story. Yeah, I guess this is the Minions Day. The smaller the brain, the more exciting or more happiness they have. Yeah, you can always ask for a brain shrinking machine so you can enjoy the holiday. Yeah, it shows the mentality here. Yeah, it does explain reality too. The primitive side of it. So, yeah, if everybody was with it, they wouldn't be having kids. There won't be anybody here. You need people to be half baboon or all baboon and not much of a thinking capacity. So, yeah, ignorance is bliss. Of course, some wear it as a badge of honor. And here we are. So, yeah, a lot of them could not handle a lot of the stress that some of us go through. Pushback we constantly get. They can't handle anything. They just settle and put their tail between their legs and make life miserable for everybody. So anyway, so the Galactic Federation of Light kind of give the secret space program people a break. I've been mocking that for a while. The Galactic Federation of Light, of course, there's a good side, there's a dark side to it. That's, I don't know, everything. So, of course, there's also Ashtar Command. I believe they are real. I don't know. I don't put much. I believe so. Yeah, it's so much propaganda here. You just, who cares? Man, it's crazy. So, of course, you have some of these spiritual influencers, gurus that are poisoning the well constantly. And like I said, the minions are sucking it in because they're just not quite there. That's the majority. So. Whatever. They're the ones keeping the world populated, so at least they got some kind of function going on there. You know, a lot of things are ass backwards, but you know, nobody's perfect. Yeah, then they ask you stupid questions and all that things that can't be answered. So, whatever. That's why some of them get pulled into there's some kind of space invader or something somewhere. It's more exciting anyway. Oh well, whatever. What are we doing here again? Yeah, to feel the brutality of a blind society. Yeah, to feel they're not tough as nails, but man, they do carry around a lot of nails. They don't understand a whole lot either, so that's the majority. Not to say we all understand everything, but some of us have a little bit more of an understanding, or I don't know, a little bit more open-minded, let's put it that way. Yeah, it doesn't mean we have to know everything, we're just more open-minded and just, you know, yeah, everything is possible, of course, but some make it into a religion. And so on, so, it's their karma. Yeah, obviously, yeah, the Epstein files are absorbing, yeah, it's just to show the devil is here, or, you know, a version of it. And just, I think it's just, yeah, just revealing darkness that's here. A lot of people are not paying attention, so I guess they're kind of being wowed by it and all that. Yeah, but doesn't mean that they're open up spiritually to more of a... Then again, when they start opening up in this, you know, the metaphysical stuff, it's another land of the bizarre, so yeah, I can easily get lost there. So anyway, I guess I just, yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep yesterday. Let's do the Galactic Federation. Let's kind of keep it short. Especially this holiday isn't exactly something I'm looking forward to. The brainwashed zombies are having a blast. Hooray. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. They're the ones enjoying themselves here. So the rest of us get mowed over by them and feel their guilt or whatever the hell they got going on there. Yeah, so whatever. Their program's more fun, I guess. I don't know. Yes and no. I think it's mostly no, but whatever. They don't know that. But anyway. Alright, okay, to Galactic Federation of Light, and we'll just call this one a night. Yeah, I'm tired. So, right. Greece uses Galactic Federation of Light. Yes, there's a lot of non-believers, not that really truly matters. The Earth is safe. Yes, the people here are still struggling with each other, struggling to get along, and there's a lot of infighting. This is another reason why we have not appeared within your society, because there's too much fighting among you, and then we add another generation of human from another world, another galaxy, and it isn't exactly going to sit well with your society. So we do connect to your governments every now and then, and they are afraid of alien intervention because they feel like we can just take over your world. Not that we would. And so that's why they act all paranoid as part of it. They realize they can be easily replaced. Not that they would be. So, yeah, there's a lot of fear within them. Well, they know they've done some pretty horrific things there. And some are friendly to us, many are not. Those are fearful of us. Keep a distance. And we do have our representatives connecting. And, not everything can be revealed here, of course. And society is still infighting, in case you haven't noticed. I mean, many of you on your galactic path have calmed a lot of that down. But most of your society, even those in the UFO community, are still... Just because they're aware of UFOs and have a following doesn't mean they know anything. Because they're still looking at us from a third dimensional perspective. And their lens can be very distracting, very, still very small, at least in perspective. And they're open-minded to connect to us, but they still have their human, fears. And it becomes very, we can see it instantly. And so we don't connect to them, usually. I mean, we do astrally. But, and many of you, while you don't have contact, we have various different reasons. You're, yes, living the human experience, as torturous as it might be. Well, maybe you've, had enough of it, but still have to, well, as part of the mission, it is to be a part of this society and what they go through, their ups and their downs. Doesn't mean you have to go through all their downs, but it's just, it gives us, on a fourth dimensional level, a more of a perspective through your perspective. So when you go through agony, we definitely feel it, and we're helping you, but we can't interfere. There's some, there's the higher realms also that we do see, and not that we can intervene anyway, but it's basically you have to be human. And go through their struggles of trying to find identity or whatever it might be. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you just see how difficult it is for others, and you see it through your own experiences. So, nothing wrong with trying to manifest. Of course, you have to make some kind of living here, but also you want to bring something new to this reality also. Some of you do. Of just some kind of invention. Nothing wrong with that, but anytime you try to invent in a world that doesn't want the invention, you can definitely feel it. Yeah, it's finding what works with this reality to bring something new. It's just, they don't even know. That's what makes it hard. It's like, oh yeah, you want this type of food item, or they don't. As you can see, society doesn't know. So this is why it makes it more confusing when you're trying to, entrepreneurs, inventors, and so on. Why isn't it just like, oh, you just want this? Okay, we'll just invent it. And then everyone says no. Well, they can change their mind also. They can ask for it astrally, and you're working on it, and you're putting all the details, and you put it out there. It's like, yeah, we changed our mind. So I'll give you some perspective of that if you're looking at that. To wonder when, yes, of course, advanced technologies and all, but society is not advanced. So you can attract those technologies. Of course, it obviously give you excuses why it hasn't showed up, but you have to kind of like, society needs to be at a certain level where it can attract, once again, those technologies, be at a different frequency for flying cars, and you can still have difficulties with that, but society needs to evolve into a higher sense of consciousness, and it's not. Some of you are. So that's why you see it so clearly, and you're trying to bring it here into physical, and you're running into roadblocks. So, and Elon Musk and all that to bring it out, because he is part alien. He's still very much human, if you haven't noticed. And he's doing a lot of human perspectives. Nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of like an alien perspective, representative in some form. Well, some of you feel like I can do that, but more, and yes, that's probably true, but you see how much trouble he's having. And it's like, let's let him take on the burden. Because just, once again, the infighting here is intense. Because society has not rejected the Luciferian programming. Some of you have, most have not. So that's why it's making things so difficult here to see. So, setting business.